Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Keeping Up with Kia P. And today, look what came in the mail. My checkerboard molds. Yay! Yay! It came. So we're gonna do a checkerboard today and the checker pieces. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that. Yeah, I didn't want to do anything until I started my video with you guys. So here we go. And this is my first one, so you will be able to be here with me and we go through it together. Make sure to click subscribe and share the videos. Please guys, I'm trying to get my subscribers up. And if you like my videos, you like what I share with you guys and want to stay present on what's new and fun, please subscribe to my channel, share the channel so that I can get the subscribers up, and then I'm going to give away a nice gift when I hit my first 50. When I hit my first 50, I'm going to give away something nice, and then we're going to keep this party rolling. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit like, share, and the notification bell so that you can be notified when I do new things and upload new videos like I'm doing today. Right, so this is the mold, and this is the checkerboard pieces, the little pieces that comes with it. And so I want to do my hometown Michigan Go Blue, and I'm just using this for a reference because that would be dope if I can put it there, but no, I'm using this for a reference for color. And I have my part B poured already, 4 ounces. I didn't want to mix it ahead of time because I'm gonna spread this out into 2 colors because this is gonna take a couple days, well, a day at least, a day process, but it's gonna require 2 colors. So I want to do yellow and blue like the Michigan colors is. Don't you start barking. Fudge. Oh my God, please excuse my dog. Please excuse him. But you stop barking. Please stop barking. I know it's probably a cat that be sitting on my porch, and he right here at the window that is open. It's right here, so you probably still can hear him too. Would you please stop barking? Oh, so yeah. So I'm gonna get this mixed up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna divide it up. I did 8 ounces to start. I don't know how many ounces it's going to take for it. I'll let you guys know once I figure it out in the description box below. But I'm starting with 8, with 8 ounces. So, and we're looking real clear. I'm using America's Best Resin, Part A, Part B, equal parts. And I like it. It's pretty good. I haven't had too many problems with it. You just have to be careful when you mix in the colors. So this is about 3 ounces here. And I'm just going to pour some of this in there to about right at the top. So I can mix my color. Set that to the side and I'm going to just work quick. Now, I want this to be kind of goldish yellow. This is bright. So I'm going to use this as a base, just to kind of opaque the resin, to opaque it. So I'm going to put just a drop of that in there. Stir that up. And I'm like, again, this is my first one, so, and that's going to give me a yellow. But this one I know is a little bit more gold. And I'm sorry I'm off camera, so I'm going to scoop this up just a little bit. See, that's kind of bright. But this one I know is a little bit more golden. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of the alcohol ink in there. Yep, I'm mixing it. And see if it gives me that yellowish color I'm looking for. And I put about 4 drops in there. And that seems to be coming together quite nicely. You just have to be careful. But that's looking, that's looking good. I don't want it to be see-through per se. So that's why I use that opaque paint first to kind of, and I'm just mixing it up good because, and that's looking kind of the color I want, but I want it dark. So I'm just going to drop one more drop of the opaque yellow in there, and then 2 more drops, 3 of the golden. I think this is called dandelion, no, honeycomb, yellow honeycomb, and mix that. Because again, I want it to be opaque. And opaque means, well, you can't see through it. It's not transparent. For anyone that's watching and may not know, I know we all know, but just in case somebody is watching and they don't know, we want to make sure we are clear. I'm just going to stir it real good. When you're mixing color, you want to make sure you stir real good. Even though it may be looking like it's stirred or mixed, it's just make sure it's stirred good. Because it be little pieces down in there. Make sure you get along the edges. That's real good. That's a real good color. I need to put my brochure back on. I think that's a nice yellow. That's real close. That's real close. So, alright. Stir it just a little bit more. And this is 3 ounces. I hope this is enough to just fill the squares. At least. Because it's like a perfect shade. I'm going to take a baby wipe because I like to work clean. And just wipe up some of this that I've spilled. And I just have a piece of parchment paper down. Come on. And so I have my little 1/4 of a cup teaspoon here, and I'm going to see how is one enough to fill the square. And then I'm going to do every other one. To start, just like you would a checkerboard. I don't want to overfill the square, so I'm just pouring it right in the middle and letting it spread itself out. Because again, we don't want to over pour. We just want it to be just enough. And paying attention to where you place it. This should be fun though. My light is having a problem. And since it's March Madness, this will be my March Madness piece. Since they are doing so well out here, I just want to make sure my light and stuff just stop flickering and it stays like it should. I still got to move quickly. Right, is that something in the mold? What is that? Piece of plastic. And when I watched a couple of, I think only watched maybe one tutorial on it, I seen I think a few people post them. but I just want to be clear and direct, so when you do it, you will have the proper measurements, the proper, you know, everything to give you, like I said, a perfect professional piece. So I'm using a 1/4 plastic teaspoon from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, it come in a set, but I just take them apart because I only really need a few of the spoons. And just make sure you're careful, because it can be tricky. Just skipping every other one. Now my goal is to sell this if it come out good. So if you are a Michigan fan and you think you may want it, all right, so I got quite a bit left over. Quite a bit left over. So I'll come back and I'll just try to clean it up. But I know what I'm gonna do, since I have this much left over. Again, you want to be careful. It'll spread on its own. Not to over pour it, but you can, you know, give it a little help. And so, yeah, real quick. Hold tight. All right, so my ring light then went out, and I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm letting, because time is of the essence. I have tried to fix it. It's just not coming together like it should. So we're gonna keep going, because I got to get this resin done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour some in each one of the pieces, fill up half of these, and I gotta move quickly because I still got to make up that blue color. And I'm just pouring half of the pieces. Now it seemed like one of these fourths is enough to fill these little pieces, so that's cool. I gotta, again, like I said, move a little quick. Now some of them only need a little help, so I'm just gonna give them just a little help to spread. But not over pour it. Now I see one that went, it ain't even full, but it spread it over into somewhere it wasn't supposed to go. So again, you gotta make sure, and I'm hoping you can see. I gotta try to fix the cord. I stepped on the cord. I don't know. I might just have to get a whole new one, because I'm clumsy. And that would suck, but I don't want to go get my big ring light because it's huge. I don't want to take the chance of breaking it. But this one I have like transported it all over the house. And I'm just making sure that the squares are filled but not over poured. Going back with what I have left after I put the and I think what I'm going to do is wait to put the blue in. I'm not going to put them, let this get cured a little bit and then come back and do the blue. So I'm just going to do a domino set as well. Okay, wait, be careful. And then I'll clean that part up. Because I know I got one that it just went the opposite way, even though it needs to have just a little bit put in it. I'm gonna clean it up. Okay. And it looks pretty good. I can put a little bit more on these pieces. All right, I got a little bit left. Got about look like a milligram. So I'm gonna start. And actually what I could do is go along this one side with it like I wanted to. I did, but I'm gonna wait. I could. Hold on. Because I want to first clean that part. There's another one, a little drop fell right here, drop fell right there, and a piece right there. So I put the blue in, and that's looking good. Uh-oh, I forgot about that one. See, this one I'm just going back. And just filling it in like so. Because we don't want nothing running over. That looks pretty. I got about that much left, so I'm gonna pour it into this mold for a box. And this will be the side pieces, which will be yellow. That way I'm not wasting nothing. Okay guys, welcome back. We're gonna get ready to do our blue into our checkerboard mold, and then the remaining I'm gonna pour the dominoes and the side panels for the domino box. So you'll get to see a couple of things in here. I had some yellow left over, so I just did a domino set. Right now I'm stirring my resin, 2-part, 1 part A, 1 part B, stirring it together. Then we're gonna get ready to mix our color for our blue. And we're going for that navy Michigan blue, and we're gonna go ahead and fill in our squares and everything for it. So this whole pour is gonna be blue, so I don't have to set nothing to the side with this one. We can go ahead and mix it. So what I'm gonna use is my regular acrylic paint. I'm gonna put some of that in there, and I'm gonna use some purple ink. Put a couple drops just to make it a navy, because we're going for a navy blue. We want a darker blue than what is up there and what we have, and we're just gonna stir that all together to hopefully get our color of choice. And again, I might have to darken this just a little bit to get the navy color I desire. I'm just gonna stir it, making sure we mix it well. And I want it a little bit darker than that. So I'm gonna add some more purple. I'm just getting along the sides, because that alcohol ink spreads when you blot it in there. It's not quite navy. Not quite. So I'm gonna add a little bit more purple. Just to kind of get it darker. And it's more like a cowboy blue, so I don't try to add, that's it, just a dot of black. I don't know how that's gonna do it, but I'm hoping it makes it a little darker. Not black, but more of a navy. So that's kind of our blue. Put it back so you can see it. It's kind of the blue. It's about as dark as I'm gonna be able to get it. So we are going to go with that. Now, since I have a lot, I'm gonna go ahead and fill. Let me see what we're gonna fill first. I want to fill up my dominoes, so I'm gonna fill them first. And yeah, that's a nice blue. And this is just so I can get rid of some of the resin. And I'm using a half a teaspoon to fill right on top, because these are two colors. Half yellow, half blue. Then we'll put some stickers on top of these. I'll have my checkers and my dominoes. For the Michigan fans, I'm from Michigan. I live in Texas, so remember guys, make sure y'all hit a like, subscribe, and the notification bell so that you can be notified when I post new videos of new projects. Got a couple of things coming up, and I try to post or upload. I'm trying to upload at least 1 to 2 videos a week, but I'm getting to the point to where I'm just like recording everything, because that's what the channel is about. Everything I love to do. I have so many gifts and talents, so I said, why not share with the world, right? And maybe you can be inspired to operate in your gifts and talents as well. Create some stuff that's amazing, functional, fun. There's nothing like creating something that's unique and you. And yeah, I love it. I love crafting. I love creating. I find it to be relaxing, and it keeps me busy. And it's like a reward every time you complete a project. It's rewarding to kind of see what you created, how it turned out, if it's gonna sell, who's gonna buy it. And so that's all of them. I'm gonna go back and just give them all just the ones that kind of need a little bit more, because we want to make sure that these get filled and the yellow isn't coming through, so that the blue is nice and solid. But they look good. I like the color. The blue came out nice. Came out a nice Michigan color. I like it. I'm just giving them just a little extra. I'm just helping them, helping that color be solid. I'm gonna turn them so that we make sure we have enough room for them to sit and mold correctly. See, when I pour the blue in there, it just makes it where it's solid and you can't see the yellow. You can't see the yellow through it. And that's how we want it. That came out good. Then we can take just a little bit more blue. Alright. So we have them. Now I'm gonna switch up. And with this, I'm just gonna turn that right into there. So it could just. Now what we about to do is come back and do the blue in the checkerboard, and I'm going to use the 1/4 spoon and again pour it right in the center of the square and just let it spread on its own. I'm just catching all the drips from the side, because you're going to have a few. And so what I did is I set this in front of my little space heater to cure the yellow up. It's not 100% cured, but it's stable to where it's not tacky per se, and it's set in place so that they not running together like they did when I first did the first one. So make sure you let the first color cure a little bit, couple hours, before you pour the second one. Just gonna fill it all the way up. Yes, I'm liking it so far. Now I'm hoping I can get this finished before I leave to go out of town. And as you, so what I'm gonna do is come in. I'm gonna wipe. I got two where I got some drippage coming from somewhere. So we gotta make sure that we. And I'm hoping I can clean them up. Matter of fact, I kind of want to do that now. I don't really know how to do it. I'll try it this way though. Just want to keep it neat. And like I said, the yellow is already cured, so that helps when you have them little hiccups in there like that. Just be able to wipe it. Yep. Okay. So now I see one that has some debris in it. I need to get it, because you want to make sure everything is neat. Boom. Got it. Now, just like I did the yellow, I'm going to come back and I'm going to just fill them in slightly and carefully. But first, I'm going to make sure I don't got nothing dripping from my sides. Take a little bit. And just a little bit. You don't want to fill it. You just want to aid it in getting to the corners. It's going to spread on its own. But like you see me doing here, I'm just kind of giving it just a little bit of extra resin so that it'll spread. Once it have enough, it's going to thin out and spread to the edges. And we did this for the yellow. So I'm just, like I said, putting just a little bit of extra in there to kind of aid it to go ahead and get all the way to the corners and edges to make that nice square. And it's tedious, but in the end, I'm sure it's going to be worth it once we complete the project. And if it comes out nice and professional looking, that's what we want. That's what we're going for. I did not mean to do that, but again, I can come back and clean that up. And I'm gonna do it right now because I don't want it to sit nor stain or travel. See that? It's coming along. It's coming on along. I'm super proud. couple more, a few more, and we'll have what we need. Again, you would just want to take your time. Just take your time. Okay. Now, from this point, what am I going to do? I'm going to get my toothpick and I'm going to spread these right like this. Spread it to the corners. Yep. And it just keeps it neat and controlled. See one. They probably need just a little help. And so like I said, I'm just expanding it to the edges. Everything looks nice, neat, and filled. We don't have any gaps. To be neat. And that's that for the checkerboard. It looks good. It looks good. I'm gonna knock these bubbles out real quick. I'm going to pour just a little bit because they looking a little light and we want that blue to be strong, right? So everything is looking pretty good. And that's why you're constantly looking over your work, because you want to make sure everything is like it should be. And it's looking real good. Something. There we go. Okay, so for these, again, we'll clean them up in a second, and I'm just gonna pour. Gonna pour the side panels to the domino box, and what I'm doing is I'm pouring down the ridges first to make sure that they get filled, and then come back and fill the middle. And that was enough. That was enough. Scrape my edges. That'll give me the rest of it that I need. And then I have my side boxes and my side panels, so my box will be complete. Still keeping my eye on. And so what I'm doing is I'm just gonna scrape out what's left, because I know I got just a little bit left in my cup. And we're gonna scrape that on down and out. Get that into here, because all that helps. All of that. Don't seem like much in there, but when you scrape it all together, it helps. Perfect calculations for that one. That's that. Set that to the side. Everything still look good. So now at this point, all we gonna do is let everything sit. I'm gonna pop everything, make sure we don't have any bubbles, and make sure everything is nice and clear, clean, professional looking. And I'm just running it, not letting it sit too long, because we just, that might be easier, just go that way. Run it like so. Put a fire. Run it. So we want everything nice and clear. And this is just getting out any little bubbles. I'm just gonna make everything look nice. Come back, and I think around the edges I want to do white, just on my board. So and we're gonna see how this go, and that's pretty much it. It's coming along. Looks good. Looks real good. I'm really proud of it for my first one. So yeah, we're gonna set it over here in front of the heater for it to dry, and we'll come back and finish it up. Okay, we are back and we're gonna get ready to pour the border around the board. And I've already mixed up my white. Got my white here, and we're gonna pour the border. That's just, if I know I'm gonna have some extra. So what I'm doing is I'm pouring the border around. So I'm just pouring a little light pour just around the border. Not too much, because you don't want it to overflow. I'm gonna come back again, and I'm just gonna pour right where I've already poured, just to kind of help it along. Trying to control it as much as I can. Slow it down. It's got a little bit ahead of ourselves there for a minute. And I'm just coming back to fill it. Just want to make sure we don't over pour anything. It's looking pretty good. Just a little bit, because it don't need much. And I made up 4 ounces, so, and I know it's not going to take all of that. So I'm just gonna move it closer to where I need it to be. And it's looking pretty okay so far. Pretty okay so far. And so it is, I think I want to turn it like that. And then feather that back. Just to keep it nice and neat, because I want my corners sharp. And I'm going to feather that back a little bit. I might can extract it that way. Just kind of move it. looks pretty good. For the most part. Yeah, so it looks pretty good for the most part. I'm probably gonna try to clean it up just a smidgen around the edge. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. But like right here, I wanna maybe dig some out, just so when I push some of that back, it'll have just a little bit of room to go in there and not fold back over, because I want it to stay nice and sharp. And so if I have to like spoon some of it out, it's okay, because it's gonna give me, it'll fill up where I need it to fill up at, and take some of this space out the way. And I can just baby wipe this little extra up, but it's like right there. It's like just a smidgen, just a smidgen. And get my gloves to wrap properly. I can line that right on up nice and neat to where there we go. Let's bring it on out. Let it straighten up. So I'm a perfectionist, so. But other than that, it looks really, really good. I'm really impressed. So I'm just cleaning up my corners. And what I'm doing is I'm just pushing it towards the outer part. And then I can come back and toothpick it. But I just want my ends crisp. All my corners to be sharp. Nice and neat. So it's looking really good. And we'll come back and put the top coat on. So that is the edge. I fill the edge with the white. Everything looks nice and crisp. And so with the remaining of the white, I'm just gonna pour it right on in my box. I already did the top. So I hope this is enough to fill this bottom. It might be. It might be. Perfect. So I'm just gonna get all this out. Stuff in here. All that out. Right on up in there. So they gave me a nice full bottom. So I'm gonna come back again. I'm gonna keep my eye on this corner because I want everything to stay neat. Okay, and that's it. I'm gonna hit it with the torch and we'll come back and finish it. See, that was quite a bit. I spooned out of there. And it's just so you have to be careful when you're pouring around that edge. Because yeah, but other than that, it looks really good so far. And I think I might put like Michigan around it and then put my clear top on, and that's gonna be it. So stay tight, we'll come back and finish it up. All right, we are back with our checkerboard and everything is cured. It looks really good, nice and evenly poured. Now what I'm gonna do is add some embellishments. I printed out these little labels that I'm going to put into the design, and I use an inkjet printer, some white matte sticker paper, and some Mod Podge spray. After I printed them, to spray the top of them to seal the letters, to seal the design. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place them by eye right on the edge and the white part, and place them down in there just to kind of give it a nice little touch. And that's how it looks. Yep. And I'm gonna do 4, one on each side. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel these off, and then all we have to do is put our top coat on and we'll be all set. And I just wanted to see what the size was to add maybe like somebody's name or a company's logo. The person whom you want to gift it to, you can add that in here. Words of encouragement, you can add those all the way around. You can be real creative. So that's just adding a little touch of decorative effects in here to just kind of give it just a little flair. Nothing too much, but it does make it look a little bit more presentable and better. So now I have my resin poured right here, so we just gonna, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough, so, but I have poured all that I had left, and that was like 5 ounces. So it's just kind of sitting here waiting, and I'm just gonna pour this in here because I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but I'm gonna make sure I go along my stickers and the edges, and then come back and pour it in the middle. And if it just gives me one nice little complete layer. I'll be fine with that because I can come back and pour another clear layer on here. I'm just kind of getting out everything that's left because I really am not sure how much this is going to cover. But again, we want to make sure we are using up all our resin. And I'm going to use nothing. Leave anything in the cup. And at this point, I'm just going to move stuff around to try to get it to fill up the mold as much as possible. Without like letting too much. Oh, you want to be careful not to and so right here in these little areas where it's not, the resin isn't covering, I'm just going to give it a little push. And that seemed to have done the job to at least put a clear coat over it. And I'm just making sure that it is covering all the way along the edges, making sure the stickers are covered nicely. Wiping off my stick. And it has a way of, once you get it all over, it has a way of leveling itself out. And right now I'm just pouring and making sure it covers that end over there. I'm just taking it back and then let it level out. And we're gonna hit it with the torch, and that's gonna be it. We're gonna let this dry up. And I'm already I'm noticing already I'm gonna need another layer of clear on here. But you have a good idea of what this is to look like. And right, I'm just clearing up all the bubbles. So that everything will be nice and clear. And you just kind of want to watch it, because as it cures, it's going to, like some of the bubbles are still going to come up to the surface. So you want to make sure that you have enough. So see, like right here in this little, that little part right there needed just a little push to pull the resin together. And I'm just going to get in these corners and edges, on the edge. Make sure we don't have any bubbles there. Come back, hit it. And let that be. And that is our checkerboard is coming on along, so stay tuned for the last segment and we'll be done. I think I'm going to put it on a rotator, so just stick with me, stay tuned, and we'll finish it on up real quick. Only got maybe one more step to go. I'm just kind of going over it because, like I said, bubbles will, if you have any, they're gonna come up. But that is the finished product. I think it came out nice so far. Well, it ain't finished, but it's finished. Okay. All right. Sit tight. All right, guys, we are back with our checkerboard mold and our finished dominoes. So we're gonna get ready to unmold these. It's been a minute, had to wait on some products. So what I'm gonna do is just unmold these. They ready to be painted, and they have been sitting for quite a bit. I had to put the top layer on. Finally got some products. So again, if you want to donate, you are free to do so. I will leave the link below. And that's how they came out. The Michigan logo on them. So this is a combo set. It came out pretty good. And I will be probably if I don't sell it, this will be the giveaway. Probably will be the giveaway, perhaps. But I'm sure it's probably going to be swooped up real quick here. But that is the dominoes. They just need to be painted. Everything came out really nice. Everything came out really good. I like to loosen them up first and then kind of pull them out towards the edge. And that's them. They came out really good. So then all I have to do is paint them. So that is that. I ran low, so I have to show you guys the box once I put some more blue in there, which I plan on doing tonight, and then tomorrow I can add that video upload on here as well. So I'm just gonna move these over so they can be painted. And then I'm gonna show y'all the checkerboard set. And then we're gonna have this completely finished. So these are done. And I want to try something with the pieces. So these are the pieces. Now, mistake on the checkerboard set. I had put these little logos in here and forgot that I'm building from the bottom to the top. So, mistake number one. But that's how it came out. Checkerboard came out real nice. And that's that. But you can't see the little side logos that I put in there because, again, I built it from the back. So what I am going to do, because I seen someone do this, is I got these from the Dollar Tree, and they are cork paper or cork sheet, and I'm going to add this to the bottom, and they are pre-stuck already. So it's only one of these. Oh my goodness, I thought it was two. So it's only one, and I may have another one somewhere, but they're cork backing. So I'm going to add it to the back of my project, and then I have to get another piece to put along the side there. But this seems to be pretty simple. Seems like it's already self-adhesive, and it is. Got an adhesive backing to it already. So I'm just gonna peel that off, line it up on my edges, and lay it down. And that'll give it a nice surface. When it's on somebody's table, and it's not going to scratch their table because it's resin. And one thing, I don't know what happened, but I have like a couple little scratches in it from the mold. It's not as smooth as I would want it to be, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's got tiny little scratch marks. And I know I didn't scratch the mold, so I don't know how to, I'm just going to have to do a light glaze over the top of it to make sure that it looks really neat. But other than that, it came out okay. Let me get my X-Acto knife. And I'm just going to cut off on my little cut board. I got a little cut board. My cut board over here to cut off the excess that I have. And I got these two from the Dollar Tree, just kind of taped it together. And just take my knife and cut off the excess. Just like that. I thought I had two, and I might do, or two in a pack, but that's how that came out. And I'll glue the other one on. And that'll be the complete. Yeah, I'll be about to. And the sad part is I'm not gonna waste. I try to hold on to as much of this as possible. I knew I had bought two, and I thought that was a neat little fix for the bottom. And yeah, so I'm just going to peel off some of it, or better yet, measure it. How about that? Then I can just cut off what I need. I'm excited to be getting a Cricut Joy here real soon, so I'm super excited about that, to be able to incorporate that into my projects. And I should have gotten my cutting pad, but I didn't cut through it, I don't think. To incorporate that into some of my designs and creations, and so I'm super excited about that because I have been wanting one forever, and to finally have the opportunity to get it is everything. So super excited about that. And that's our backing, and that looks really good. And that's that. So it has a cork, put a cork back on that. And the chest pieces, the checker pieces, I do have the chest pieces coming, but these came out okay, pretty all right. They need some work. Need some work on them. And wait. Just a little bit. You don't want to tear that out. So yeah, mostly all of them look like they okay. I got two that's kind of being a little booger, but the rest of them came out okay for the most part. So I'm gonna try to be gentle with these little boogers. Getting them out. I'm gonna tear them and mess the mold up. So but they're giving me a little time here. So we're gonna be gentle with them last two. That works. So it tore just a little bit, but not to where it messed up the piece. So and that came from like maybe heating it too much with the torch. So yeah, I have to be real careful. Okay, I was able to get that off without tearing up the mold, so that's good. We'll be much more careful the next time. Okay, so these is gonna need some work. As you can see, they got a little flash left on them, so I'm just gonna nip around them. And these are great to just kind of clean it up when you have an over pour. I just wanted the pieces to be even and to I didn't pour them all the same. I ran out, and so when I came back to pour the remaining part, it kind of over poured, and that's okay because it's an easy fix. And I'm just coming in. That one has a lot. Make sure you wear some face shields or something when nipping, or people that surround you, because it will fly everywhere. But so we learned two things not to do. Don't over pour your pieces. And if you do, just, again, clean them up. Don't over torch. Otherwise, you stand a chance of ruining the mold. But they all seem to be okay for the most part. And I want to try to paint some of them, but I don't know if it's going to come out right. But we're going to try it in a minute here. I just want to see if it works. But I'm kind of satisfied with them just being left like that. Don't want to put too much into it. And so we will kind of set it up a little bit. So I'm assuming that the ones with the kings will go on the back row. You got your kings on the back row, and then your regular pieces there. And you can kind of see the difference. And there's your checker set. Just like so. I think it came out really nice. So we're going to tidy it up, and then I'll show you the absolute finished product. But it came out pretty good. Again, remember that you're building from the bottom up. So I mean, it came out real good. I don't have any runs in the colors. Everything is nice, crisp, and sharp. Again, I just wish I would have had the labels on the bottom, and I should have did that with a clear and then put the white in behind it to make it pop. But you know, you learn. The first one is always the hardest one. That's gonna be the one that you're gonna learn all your errors and what not to do in your very first one. So to be the very first one, I think it came out pretty good. We gonna shape it up and come back with the absolute complete set, but that came out pretty good. Yep. And here is the final set. It is nice and poured. Everything is smooth. It looks really, really good. It came out real nice. Please make sure you follow, share, and hit subscribe so that you can get notified when I do all my projects. And if it's something that you like and want me to make for you, you can leave it in the comments. I greatly appreciate any feedback that you may have. I accept all donations via Cash App and PayPal. If you want to donate to my channel and to my resin art, I greatly appreciate it. Thanks again, all my subscribers. Thanks to all of the Kia crafters out there. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.